Does the United States dare to fight China? To be honest, if the United States starts a war with China, it will be madness, because among nuclear powers like China and the United States, there will be no winner. Once war starts, a third world war will break out. If China and the United States fight, the world will be in chaos. Let's analyze objectively why the two cannot fight. Recently, China has challenged American influence in many areas. China has built its own payment system and promoted alternatives to the dollar. This is dangerous for the United States, but it does not start a war. Military and economic strength restrain each other. First, military strength. In terms of numbers of naval, land, and air forces, China lags behind the United States, but quality is more important in modern warfare. China has developed sixth-generation aircraft, while the United States is still working on them. With AWACS, electronic warfare aircraft, meter-wave radar, and Beidou satellites, China can counter U.S. air attacks. Regarding the Navy, China has fewer aircraft carriers, but the 055 destroyer can carry hypersonic missiles, a real threat to U.S. fleets. With 82 brigades and Dongfeng missiles, China's strike power is undeniable. The United States may have more weapons, but there is no certainty of victory. Take the example of the Pakistan-India conflict. It seemed like a dispute between two countries, but in reality, the United States wanted to test Chinese weapons. Those weapons proved their capability. That was like a power report to the US. Now let's look at economic interests. Three main factors scare the United States. First, China holds $800 billion of US debt. If China sells this, it will trigger a crisis in global financial markets. Second, China controls rare metals, the main material for heavy weapons. 80% of US imports come from China. If the supply stops, the US military industry will be paralyzed. Third, China is the world's largest manufacturer. Annual income is $18 trillion. Equal to the United States and Japan combined. In wartime, China can produce weapons 17 times faster than the US. The United States fears that war with China will bring losses far greater than gains. The global economy would collapse, countries would wage wars for their own interests, and the risk of nuclear conflict remains. China-US relations are dangerous, but also mutually beneficial. The United States depends on China in the production chain. 80% of solar panels come from China. A shutdown would halt U.S. energy projects. China is the largest buyer of American electronics like